Hello, my name is Emily Schlander, and I am an engineer at the City of Ann Arbor Water Treatment Plant. Thank you for taking the time to watch this brief informational presentation on the upcoming lime residuals removal project, a critical effort to the ongoing operation of the plant. Originally built in 1938, the plant treats water from the Huron River and groundwater wells. This raw water takes a great deal of effort to turn into the award-winning water that comes out of the tap. A primary part of this process is softening. This means removing dissolved minerals, primarily calcium and magnesium, using lime to make it compatible for everyday use. We all know what overly hard water can do. Our process for softening uses lime in the form of calcium oxide to remove these dissolved minerals. Lime residuals are the byproducts of the softening process and consist of the lime and the removed hardness together that drop out in the softening process. Softening is only one part of what is done here at the plant, but it's the focus of our discussion today. So what do we do with these lime residuals? Most of the time, lime residuals are collected, stored, and dewatered at the plant and then hauled away. This is considered normal operations. The photo on the left shows our dewatering equipment, two filter presses, which use hydraulic pressure to squeeze the water out of the solids. The photo on the right shows the dewatered result, called cake, which drops into a dumpster and is hauled away to a landfill. While normal operations include dewatering at the plant, there are times when we cannot. Periodically, the plant must undergo routine maintenance, including cleaning basins and making repairs. The photos here show a before and after the cleaning process in one of our softening basins. During planned maintenance or unplanned issues with the treatment process, the lime residuals are piped to the lagoon to allow the solids to settle out of the water. The Lime Residuals Lagoon is located west of Wines Elementary School and south of M14. Operation of the lagoon is permitted under the Michigan Department of Great Lakes and Energy, also known as EGLE. The permit restricts discharge of residuals to the environment via the stormwater outfall. As solids settle, the top layer water varies in depth based on the addition of stormwater. The city continuously monitors any flow leaving the lagoon and takes samples regularly. In use since the 1930s, with no solids removal efforts on record, the lagoon is nearly full of residuals. Too much residual material makes it hard for the solids to settle out and limits the capacity of the lagoon to function as needed. So storage capacity is urgently needed to support ongoing operations. And that is how we got here. And now there's work to do. The current approach, developed in 2018 but delayed due to budget constraints, was based on technical evaluation and design, as well as extensive public engagement and communication with neighborhood residents, as well as Ann Arbor Public Schools and the Michigan Department of Transportation. Our primary goal is to remove a large volume of residuals from the lagoon, measured in both tons and in years of storage. This project aims to create at least 10 years of storage capacity. At the same time, we are committed to minimizing impacts on the neighborhood, school, residents, and the environment, and completing the project as safely as possible. The approach that was developed in 2018 for this project has not changed. The project will be completed in two phases under two contracts. Contract 1 involves preparing the lime residual lagoon site and the water treatment plant site for dredging and dewatering. At the lagoon, this includes construction of a temporary entrance, pipe connection assembly, and installation of soil erosion and sedimentation controls. And at the water treatment plant site, this includes construction of another pipe connection assembly and various modifications to the visitor parking lot to accommodate contractor equipment and trucking operations, including a new gated driveway off Sunset Road. In Contract 2, will remove the residuals from the lagoon using dredging equipment and pumping it to the water treatment plant to be dewatered. The photos on the left are examples of lagoon dredging equipment. At the water treatment plant site, equipment will be set up in the parking lot to dewater the residuals by 40 to 50% solids. Think going from paint to peanut butter. The mobile dewatering equipment is roughly the size of a semi-trailer and multiple units will be used. A couple examples of these are shown on the right. After dewatering, the solids will be loaded into trucks and hauled away to landfills. The water from this process will be returned to the storm retention pond at the lagoon site through existing pipes. As you can imagine, the trucks needed to complete this work will result in increased truck traffic in the area. It's difficult to quantify the extent, as trucking specifics will vary based on the contractor's methods and efficiency. However, we estimate no more than 6 trucks per hour, so one additional truck leaving the water treatment plant site every 10 minutes. The yellow line above shows the main truck hauling route and goes from the plant to Newport to Miller to Maple. The red line shows the route contractors will use to access the lagoon site to set up equipment at the beginning and at the end, and for individual workers to access the site. And while the truck beds will be equipped with liners to prevent any spilling, the contractor will be responsible for cleaning and/or street sweeping any spills or construction debris. The Lyme residual lagoon is visited by numerous animal species, including migratory birds such as the trumpeter swan. The trumpeter swans were removed from the threatened and endangered species list, but they're still protected under the Federal Migratory Bird Treaty Act. This was one of the unique considerations associated with this project and involves ongoing coordination with Eagle and the City of Ann Arbor Natural Area Preservation Division. The contractor will be obligated to identify and monitor any nests and follow all applicable laws and requirements from state and federal permits. So when can we expect this work to happen? Contract 1 is a shorter phase and it's expected to start in late summer 2025 and wrap up by early fall 2025. Since some of this work will affect the sidewalk along Sunset, doing it in the summer helps reduce disruption to students and school foot traffic. Contract 2 schedule will be longer. The plan is for the contractor to begin setting up as early as fall of 2025, with dredging expected to start by spring 2026. How quickly this phase moves will depend on things like weather, budget, and how smoothly the removal process goes. Right now, we're aiming to finish this phase by December 2026. After that, another contract will be issued to handle the final step, restoring the lagoon and water treatment plant sites. This project is designed to balance key goals, constraints, and commitments to the community. This table outlines how we've addressed various factors and what to expect in terms of related impacts. So, no parking. There will be a no parking zone in place on the stretch of Sunset in front of the water treatment plant site parking lot during both phases. Parking remains available elsewhere on Sunset and Pomona Road. There will be some noise. Expect general construction noise this summer and fall. And after a quieter winter, noise will resume in spring from dewatering equipment and hauling trucks. The contractor will use electric power, not diesel, and apply sound reducing methods where possible and follow all city noise rules. Their work schedule. They're not expected to work on Saturdays, though occasional weekend work may happen with city approval to stay on schedule. Truck traffic will increase, as discussed, during hauling, but schedules will avoid school drop-off and pickup times. Traffic safety measures like barricades, signs, and flaggers will be used as needed. Coordination with schools. The city will stay in regular contact with Ann Arbor Public Schools to share updates and address any concerns. And cleanliness and safety. Trucks will be lined to prevent any spills, and they will be required to inspect and clean their work areas daily. The city is committed to minimizing the disruptions and will closely monitor the contractor's activity throughout the project. Again, my name is Emily, and thank you for taking the time to join me to learn more about this very important project. More details, updates, and my contact information can be found on the project website shown here. If you have any questions or are interested in more details, please contact me. Thanks again.